morning begins, cool and humid. Early risers make preparations for the day's events. Travelers from afar begin to arrive, a trickle at first, then a true Texas flood. Thousands come, and one by one they begin their rituals, preparing their minds and bodies for battle, hoping in the end to win gold. The crowd cheers ecstatically as the events begin. A fervent voice is heard over the din of the masses, cheering on their son or daughter to victory or disappointing defeat. Records rise and fall like the temperature at Humble ISD's Turner Stadium, host site of the 2016 AAU Junior Olympic Games.
This is the end, this is the Mecca, this is the Junior Olympics. You know, you worked hard all year, all summer, and it's the best thing for them.
Humble ISD didn't always have the ability to host events like this. It took vision, planning, and perhaps a little faith.
Received a crazy phone call. It was a lady, said she heard we put on good track meets, wanted to look at bringing a national track meet here, and we had a 45-year-old facility, and I said, well, I tell you what, you come on out tonight, I'll be there for a sub-varsity football game, and I can show you around. And hung up, thought it was a big joke. I showed her around the old facility, but we were in the planning purposes for what we were going to do to design a stadium, told her about kind of the vision. Still thought there was no way, there's not a facility, it was all a vision. To add those 3 venues to our renovations cost a little bit over $120,000. We've always had a board that believed in what athletics did for the education of a child. So I mean, that part we've always been extremely blessed that we've had a very supportive board. They approved it, we did, and the first one kind of got us on the map.
I mean, for a high school stadium, this is one of the best I've ever seen in my life. So I really love the hospitality that, you know, the whole organization inside the facility, inside the school is giving us, showing us a lot of love.
I think that's the key, that little over 100, and I'll say 125,000, you know, investment from the board. The very first thing we did when the old stadium, we had no secondary access route to this facility. So there was only one way in and out. And so you can imagine the congestion and nightmare that goes with a sporting event here. So during the first one in 12, the Houston Sports Authority paid for the second access route, which goes out the back of the stadium. They also added a video board, and they also added the awnings. So in the very first meet in 12, it was right at $1.6 million in infrastructure improvements that they gave to the facility. I joke, there was a neighboring district that was building a brand new stadium, and they were coming over, and at the time we were the largest. And they looked at our board, hey, your board's great, but we want you to know ours is going to be bigger. And I chuckled, and I actually patted one of the board members on the back. I said, yeah, but you know the biggest difference? And he goes, no, what? I said, we didn't pay anything for ours. And that's a source of pride. We've been creative of how we do things. We have an access road that we didn't pay for, a video board that we didn't pay for, fiber optics, an elevator, the awnings. I mean, we have benefited tremendously because we've developed that relationship with the Houston Sports Authority. I think we do a great job in assisting the education of our kids. Athletics is a vehicle. We use that vehicle to enhance their academics, and I think we do a great job of that. This facility is just another example of how we do things first class, and we're enhancing their experience while they're kids.
Just about every year we have some special event at Turner Stadium, and it really is a great opportunity for our kids.
Turner Stadium is definitely an extended classroom, because whenever you get to Turner Stadium, especially working with you know, Rusty Odom, you're going to learn a lot more. It becomes more like a job than it does a learning experience.
You know, they're making connections, they're learning job responsibilities, they're learning, you know, what it's really like to be on a job site, doing a job, as opposed to the classroom, and it's really eye-opening for them, and it's a great experience for them to work these big professional events like we have here at Turner Stadium.
In this meet alone, they have right at 14,000 people registered, and that's coaches and athletes, which is in their top 4 of all-time events. And so those people are all staying in our area, and they're eating in our area. This is their vacation. $125,000 is an enormous amount of money. But when I go places nationally now, and I say I'm from Humboldt Turner Stadium, I mean, they know us nationally. And you look at the millions and millions that we've benefited and the community's benefited, it's been a blessing.